Hey there, y'all. Disney D Prince here today with a 2-for-1 Disney unboxing. Today we have a Disney Store versus Hasbro Encanto Isabella Madrigal. She is, of course, from the hit movie Encanto, and she is the older sister. This one does sing What Else Can I Do, which is kind of her breakout song. Like, let's be real, she slays. And it is Hasbro's or Jakks Pacific's Toys' second release of these, and she is a singing doll. And this is, of course, part of the initial release from the Disney Store, which is articulated and pretty. But honestly, I think, in my opinion, they color corrected her darker than she is in the movie. Because as you notice, there's a visible shade difference between these two. Because this Isabella, I believe, is closer to what she actually is in the movie, but she doesn't have the articulation, which is kind of unfortunate. I did pick her up mainly because I'm going to dress swap these, because this is her finale outfit compared to the part of the movie that she's in mainly, which is this part before she kind of has her revelations and all that. So we are going to review these individually and together and swap their stuff. So we are going to start with our Disney Store doll, actually. So this is the Isabella Hairplay doll. As you can see, she has a lot of flowers and some butterflies and some headbands. Lots of things back here. She was a $25 doll from the Disney Store. And I picked her up because I wasn't sure if these were going to be any different as far as the dolls between the full Disney Store deluxe playset and the original one. So we are going to look at her and get her unboxed. Now, I originally, I think, included her in my Encanto doll Disney Store review, and I didn't unbox her because she wound up being not any different than the one that was in the deluxe pack, which was unfortunate, but kind of the name of the game sometimes. But here she is out of the packaging. Very pretty. And out of the packaging actually looks closer in skin tone to the other doll. So we're going to compare those here in a minute. But we're, of course, going to get her out of her little plastic staples and hopefully into something a little more her. Now, these dolls from the Disney Store, they like to do individual molds, like body molds, for the more non-Eurocentric dolls. So all her and Mirabel and Luisa all got new body molds, which is great, but is kind of more in the way of being able to rebody them, because now they're on very specific bodies, each of them. I think we got them all. Nice. Bada boom. So here she is. She does have some earrings under there. So very pretty. And of course she's got a flower in her hair. This one is actually sewn in, not just done in the little not gravity, but I don't know the good way to describe that. Not just done using the actual clip part, but she's very pretty. She's got a little rubber band holding her hair shape in that way, a little bit of gel over here, but not too much. She's got a lot of paper fluffing up that skirt under there though. And this dress is actually a little big on her, if you can see that. But of course she's got great articulation, so I'm not mad at it. She's very similar to the Moana doll that Disney Store has done pretty recently as far as the body type, and especially the feet. They are a lot wider feet than the other Disney dolls. And then we've got, of course, all of our little hair clips, which I just got to take off as one. I'm going to try. So, like, here is the butterfly that's pretty significant to the Madrigal family. Shows up on the little, on the candle. And the candle, oddly enough, I don't think was included in the deluxe doll set, which is kind of funny. But Jakks is coming out with the Dolores doll. So I think she's actually going to wind up getting rebodied onto a Pocahontas body, because they're probably about the same skin tone. But we have lots of options to choose from when it comes to our other flowers for her hair. And these are all just little clips like that, compared to this one, which is like a comb. And I must have gotten a little bit of hair when I clipped that off. That's okay. This one is also a clip. I don't love that it's not done on the bottom of this clip. It's done in the middle, like the back part, so it's a weird way to clip it, because I don't know how you're going to clip this in and not have this visible. But it's still a fun doll. But we can take our little flower and use it to hold her hairstyle a little bit. So that's more of like a headband. I'm not a huge fan of adding things to dolls when it comes to the Disney Store. They generally, at least on the primary releases, get these dolls pretty close to screen accurate. This is what I mean when I say the feet are really big compared to other dolls. But they're actually more stable, so it actually works out a lot. But this is a hair play doll, which I kind of expected her hair to be longer for the hair play doll, which is generally what they do if like the doll is aimed towards hair play. They give them extra volume hair, but this is pretty much identical to the other Isabella that we got. So we are going to hold on to these, and maybe we are going to make our finale Madrigal, our finale Isabella, just a little bit spicier with the rest of her accessories. Now, this doll, I believe she was 20, but it was somewhere between 15 and 20 just because she sings. So she does sing just that part. I don't think there's another verse in her. Yeah. So just that one. But it's a very good doll. We're gonna get her out and show you guys what I mean by that. So she comes out a little bit easier than her Disney Store counterpart. Jakks is a little more akin to the Hasbro Mattel lines, but they are very fun. As you can see, she's pretty close in size, but she lacks all the articulation, which is unfortunate because sometimes these dolls actually wind up being better than the others, than from Disney Store, but it's okay. I think she's pretty much, oh, she's got a neck thing also. Yeah, there we go. And then of course she's got some individual pins back here. I think she actually has longer hair and honestly a more animated face. If these were the same skin tone, I would consider putting them on a body swap because as you can see, they're pretty close to the same body type. But unfortunately, no articulation there. We just got shoulder and hip. Nothing on the feet, or nothing on the knees or anything. But I think I may be able to take these shoes, which is good because the other one doesn't really match as well. Okay. And our goal is to not leave these things with big holes on them, but just comparing the hair, like I would have thought this one was more of a hair play doll. Like she's got longer hair, it's thicker, it's actually darker, but unfortunately that is not the Disney Store skin tone, but that's all right. She does also have, like I said, these cool shoes. And she's got some vine detailing all the way up this arm, which is kind of a fun nod to her new growing powers. Unlike the Disney Store version, her earrings are molded onto her head. Honestly, her hair is done better too. Look at this braid. I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to swap these heads. I don't know if they're close enough. What do y'all think? It's like the faces in the right light look really similar, but not similar. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the further away it gets from the light, you can tell, but I don't know. I feel like this head is actually better. I may have to swap her onto this body, which is kind of weird because I haven't swapped on any of the Encanto bodies yet. But just because she's got better, and this is what I mean by the Moana bodies, because they have these really long thighs and then really short calves, which is a little bizarre. It's almost like they did these on, oh, you know, they might have done these on 16-inch bodies and then just really shortened the legs. Interesting. I see what you did there. Okay. Bizarre. We're gonna see if this dress fits on there. I'm really hoping it does, because I would like it to work without me having to do something about it. As you can see, very similar as far as the body builds go. She's a little bit thinner and a little bit taller, actually. But we're gonna try. And I hope this works, because I would like to put her on display with the rest of my Encanto dolls, because she's really the only one that got kind of a second look in the whole movie, really. But, oh yeah, that works. Okay, see? Bada boom. Okay, so let's show. So that's how it fits on there. I didn't have to strain the Velcro or anything. It's fully tied. Her cute earrings still match. And now she is articulated. The real question will be, do her shoes fit? And I don't know the answer to that question. Oh, and I'm not facing y'all. Sorry about that. Okay. So here's what her shoes look like. And they're very cute, but I'd prefer to put these matching shoes on there if I can. They're very similar. These might actually be a little bit bigger, so they'll fit, but I don't know how well they'll stay on. Okay, so they fit. And they don't really come off, so I'm gonna count that as a win. All right. So we have articulated a finale Isabella. We have our singing body, and I really am tempted to take her head off. I don't know. I don't know how well her head will come off is the question. Because singing bodies are generally a little different, but we do have her a little off. Oh, I thought that was off. No? Interesting. So T and O, I don't know what that's supposed to be. It starts off the same spot, but And then we have her cute little cactus that she makes in the film. I'm gonna hold on to those. I feel like this is closer to the character. So you know what? I'm gonna take her head off. So give me just a minute. I am gonna run these both under hot water to loosen their heads. Okay, so I did take the head off of the Disney Store one. This is the Disney Store head. This is the Jakks Pacific singing body. So I did take that off. This neck peg is very different than the normal doll neck peg. So it's a little bit thicker, which means this doll is actually a little loose on this neck peg, but does still work, as you can see. I probably could put a rubber band under there to make her more like sticking the pose, but I'm just happy with the way she looks. I can position her with her hair, kind of. So like if I do something like this, I could do that. I just hold her like that. And she looks very pretty like this, I think. I'm gonna set her up over there so you guys can see her standing. And very pretty. I think she looks better on this body because I always prefer Articulation. It does bum me out a little bit that she's so loose, but as you can see, there is a little gap under there that I could just pretty easily put a rubber band under there. Let me see if I have any rubber bands that are similar to her skin tone. I really don't, unfortunately, but I will use one of these, which is a little close to it. It's like a purplish one. It's the closest I got that's not bright yellow. That's still big enough to go over her head. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take her hair off, out of the way. Okay, like this, yes. And again, we're gonna pop her hair out. And then one more time if we can get it over this. And just kind of pop that out of there. And as we've got a little bit of room, we can shove that into her neck hole. There we go. See? And now she holds the pose a little bit better, which works. We got a little bit of her hair stuck in there though. So I'm gonna do my best to get that out. But, and when it just kind of rolls down, we just kind of gotta pull it out of the way. Bada boom. A quick, easy fix for loose articulation. And so now, I think she looks perfecto. She's got a very cute cactus to go with that. And we can always put her back on this body if we need to, or put this head on there. See, her face looks very similar in tone. The body over here looks very off in my opinion, but it may just be a nitpicky thing. But I think this head is a little more truthful to the character compared to the Disney Store one, which is not usually something I'm able to say with confidence. But I think on Isabella, they kind of screwed her up. The character just really, the doll just didn't look like the character enough, I think. And I think it's the face shape. Because she has much more of this oval face in the film compared to this one, which has more of a heart-shaped face. So, which is kind of funny, because it's like, this is the actual Disney Store one. Usually I'm complaining about the Hasbro or the Mattel versions. But she looks gorgeous now, I think. That's a good way for her to wind up. And if you guys have any questions about anything, both of these dolls I got relatively recently. These are some of more... The finale Isabel did come out pretty recently. She is a summer 2022 release, so that's always good to have in the back burners. Always a good plan. So, if you guys have any questions about them, leave them in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, and as always, follow along for some more doll unboxings. Bye, y'all. Be bueno. Bye. Adios.